Welcome to the Sk8LikeYou podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Mark, Sk8LikeYou podcast. I am here with Skaters R Us. Three guys, videographers. Got Josh, wave real quick. Nando in the middle here, and Jeff. Give everybody a wave. So you guys are basically now. How long have you guys been doing videography just for skating in Florida?
I started the account about beginning of the year, so 9 months now.
Okay, cool. Good deal. Now, so let's start with you, Nando. When did you start skating?
I started skating about, I would say, approximately 5, almost 6 years ago.
And your home rink is what? Which rink would you consider home?
Astro Skate Orlando.
Astro Skate Orlando. Okay. And what about you, Josh? When did you start skating?
I'm started skating technically during middle school, but it's more of like a social thing. I really got into this, like, skating more daily, like about 4 months ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. Okay. And what about you, Jeff?
So I started skating 7 months ago. So, yeah.
We got some noobs in the room. Noobs in the room. That's all good though, man, because you know what? Am I correct in assuming that you guys are probably much younger than me? I'm like in my 40s.
Wow.
I'm a lot less cool all of a sudden.
What half your lifetime, so.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, thanks for that. Appreciate you putting it like that. It's all good, man. I'm playing. So, no, but you know what the thing is? The reason I bring that up, I assumed you were. So, yeah, it's fine. But, is because you have a different experience in relation to documenting life that I have. Like, your whole life has been you and your friends documenting life. Like, they're the first half of my life. The idea of a camera in a rink when I first started, when I was younger than you actually, it wasn't even a thing. And if it was some VHS arm cannon. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was, right? So for you guys, it's kind of the norm, and so it is probably this natural progression. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean, have you guys basically, has social media always been a thing for your life?
Not entirely.
No?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Whatever. All right. So cool. So now, are you guys all like home rink Astro?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So who are the names that people are going to know that go to Astro on a regular, do you think?
If I had to name a couple,
Yeah.
definitely would be Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle's one of our regulars. He currently holds the Shuffle Assassin title for 2024.
Okay.
For the Skate World Series event. And then Mama Jen, shout out to Mama Jen. She is one of our favorites. She is always there hyping everyone up. She's actually one of the first people that really recognized us when we first started. And she's very supportive of everything. She's basically like the rink mother. She is the mother of the rink.
100%.
For sure. She's earned that title for sure. So she is a skater that I met when I first started skating. She has been at the rink. She's like a mentor for a lot of people there for sure.
Okay.
She takes like young skaters and she teaches them shuffle skating.
Nice.
She's just overall, like I said, a mother at the rink. She's very protective of everyone who's there. She watches over people. She is definitely someone I consider a very close friend and someone who's just an amazing person overall.
And was someone that kind of like you guys, I guess you all agree, it seems like really kind of supported your effort and what you're trying to do, and kind of, it probably makes a big difference too. Like if somebody that has like some clout or whatever at your rink in your local area is like, no, these guys are cool, you can be on their camera and all that kind of stuff. Did she play a big role in that?
Yes, more. Yeah. When we first started, the whole Skaters R Us thing, she was one of the first people who saw it. She was like, "Hey, that's me," and she enjoyed it. She thinks that the idea of what we do, is pretty great, and she supported us through the way. She is always hyping us up whenever she sees us on the floor. As of very recently, she's actually started taking pictures and videos of us while we're doing our own thing at the rink.
Right.
So
Okay.
that way we can see what it is that we're doing when
Right.
we're doing it at the rink.
So documenting documentarians.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing.
Yes.
Down a rabbit hole we go. Okay, so nice. So let's real quick, just for some context. Do you guys each play like a different definitive role in this process? Like, and how so?
I'd say yes. So
Okay.
Dan's like our CEO. He's like the main boss of the group.
That would explain his position as far as the seat goes.
So
Yeah.
he produces like everything, photos, videos.
Okay.
I'd say I'm more of like the videographer on like the professional camera.
Okay.
So I make like all the like edited montages that we're now starting to come out with, and
Okay.
then Josh, I'll let him kind of tell you what he does.
Yeah, I take pictures at the rink. I don't do the whole video thing. I take pictures while everyone's on the thing. So sometimes I go on the floor, sometimes I'll be on the sidelines, taking pictures while everyone's just zooming past and all that stuff.
Okay. So is there for you guys, you know, beyond just, wanting to contribute to the culture and everything, and Nando, you had talked to me about that a little bit, you know what I mean? Just collectively, you guys have, enthusiasm about doing that, and that's awesome. But is there a professional goal in mind here at all, in any way for you guys?
So far, I haven't really thought that far ahead. When I first started this, I didn't think that far ahead. I just thought, I want to do this. It seems fun.
Yeah.
And I want to give back. A lot of people, a lot of these amazing skaters that are out here at these different rinks, they are doing all these cool things. They're forming groups. They're, creating their own style of skating. And I just want them to be able to see what it is that they're actually accomplishing.
Gotcha.
That's the whole reason as to why I started this.
Cool. Good deal. All right. So, was someone going to say something?
Oh, no, I was talking about it.
Jeff, now you mentioned you skate what? Like you said, like 3 months, 7 months? Like what was it?
7 months, I'd
7
say.
months.
9-8 months with rentals, but like 7 months like with vanillas, like my own skates. Yes, sir.
Okay, so now, what was the biggest like? How soon, is like your first time on skates to when you're chasing somebody around with a camera?
So I mean, it's more or less I'm on the sideline, so I don't skate with the camera. I get like cinematic shots to get the entire. So
okay.
Yeah, so it's mainly I'll do my little bit of skating and have my fun and shuffle, and then I'll go to the side and then I'll make sure that I can record everyone that's skating, because I obviously don't want to record just one person and then put it in a video. I want to get like the whole sport. I want to make sure everyone's in frame and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And also, everyone has their different types of skating, so it's very unpredictable, and carrying like a decently heavy camera,
Yeah,
it's pretty risky, because if I get hit, I could take the hit, but the camera might not. The camera could break. So
yeah. Anyway, what kind of equipment are you guys working with over there? Like, I mean, this sounds like some real deal stuff.
Yeah, so I had the opportunity to get mentored by Josh. It's actually all of his equipment that we use, so I'll kind of let him give you like the background of what is used.
All right, cool.
So for video, I give Jeff a Sony 6400 kind of video vlog style camera and stuff.
Okay.
So he's doing all that video. For me, for photography, I use for the people who are listening at home, you can't see it, but it's this behemoth of a camera with
man, that thing was
3 to 4 pounds, and I skate around with the skaters sometimes if I want to, get that action. But yeah, it's like what Jeff said. It's just thinking about, okay, how bad do I want to get shot, and like pretend like I'll go all in. Like I'll go as fast as they can go fast too.
Yeah, no.
Hence why we picked the vest, the safety
I was
vest.
looking at that. Yep.
Yeah, we have a safety vest. It's bright and pink, so there's no way you can't miss
Yeah,
us.
if you hit us, it's like
Come
yeah.
on.
You're, so wait, because I always look for like the message behind the message. So when someone says the way you just did, there's no way you can miss us. That means people haven't missed you before. Is that right? Even with your vest
I
on?
have the only time. Yeah, I have never been hit.
Yeah,
The only
no.
time I've been hit is by only going backwards and tripping
Oh
over someone.
yeah.
And that's it.
Okay. So real quick, Josh, I gotta ask you: the first time you hand over like some like legitimate equipment to Jeff, you know what I mean, while he's on skates, is there any type like, what's that discussion like? Are you like, dude, do not like?
Yeah, it would, because the camera that I gave him was basically my first baby.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it was started my whole photography journey, and I was like, yo, bro, if you break this, please don't. If anything, like, I know I still love you either way, but like, please don't.
Yeah,
So,
man.
but either way, I just let him have fun with it. I trust his ability in skating to, like, know his limits with, and with the camera.
So again, I sit aside just to make sure that I don't have him bullets. Just like but yes,
I get it, man. I get it. Look, I wouldn't even want to be out there with that thing. You know what I mean? I'm sketchy enough with a GoPro. Never mind yeah. Anyway, so what about you, Nando? What are you working with on the regular?
So when I first started the account, all the videos were mainly just always taken on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used a gimbal.
Okay.
This gimbal is like a 360 gimbal that holds
Yep.
my phone. And I literally mount my phone on it. And what it does is my hands, they're not the steadiest,
Okay.
And it absorbs the vibration of my hand and it keeps my phone basically just completely straight, balanced, no movement or anything. And since I have been skating the longest, I just follow along with groups. I'll stay ahead. Sometimes I'll backward skate and, I'll maintain the full frame of the full group or a specific person. They focus on, like Jeff said, he focuses on bigger groups. Josh focuses on the action shots and all that stuff. I focus on being able to show, like, people what it is exactly they're doing. Like, whether it be specific people who are trying to learn a new routine or trying to learn a new, like, style or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's what I work with.
Yeah, you guys, what's funny is I sit here and talk to you guys. You kind of bring like this new kind of triple threat approach to this thing where like, no, seriously, because most people just follow skaters, right? Like a skater. And, maybe you're following like a shuffle line, but you can only get so many people in frame, right? So a lot of the aesthetics of and like I guess just the angles and everything tend to look the same. Is there anyone else kind of taking like this kind of 3-tier approach that you guys know of?
Not as far that we know of.
No.
Yeah.
3-tier. We know people who do videos and stuff, but not like the triple threat, as you said.
Yeah. I have, like, after I started the account and I brought them in and we formed this whole group, I have started seeing more and more people wanting to record and do the same thing. And I applaud all of them. I really do, because I just enjoy it. I want them to be able to do the same thing. And I've had people walk up to me and be like, do you think I could do that? And I'm like, absolutely, anyone can. I mean, like I said, I started with just the basics, just my phone.
Yeah.
And an idea, and that's all it is. That's all it was. And it's become just this big thing that once in the past, I thought about not continuing it. And I actually had people who came up to me and they were like, we don't want you to stop, because they feel like I've made a difference in their continuing their skating and their growth in skating. And just hearing that made me want to continue and do it even more.
So when that happened, like when you're having that apprehension or kind of that doubt or thinking about, I don't know like what is causing that? Why are you second guessing it at the time?
At the time, the reason I was second guessing it was because it got to a point where I was doing the recording every single day, every time I went to a session, and it felt like it just wasn't. It was starting to feel draining. So I thought I to myself, I was just recording. I can go ahead and stop. I was going to stop the account. But having people actually, like, I stopped posting maybe like 2 or 3 days, and having people actually come to me and be like, hey, are you okay? Like, why'd you stop? Is everything okay? And to my thought, I was just like, wow, someone really realized that I stopped posting and I stopped taking videos, and they were like, you've made a change in like the way I see skating, the way I view myself skating, and that to me that's when I was like, wow, I'm actually changing someone's life,
Yeah.
or like what if they would have stopped skating?
So let me ask all you, everyone, just ask you guys all at once. You guys each give your answer. But let's say, like tomorrow, across the country, cameras are not allowed in rinks anymore. Who is going to still skate out of you three?
All of us.
Okay.
Recording at rinks isn't what brought us together.
Right on.
It's just what we enjoy doing while we're together, but it's not gonna break us apart. It's not anything that's like, oh, we only hang out because we're in this group and we're recording people and that's the only reason. No, like me and Josh, we've went to high school together. We've been friends since our freshman year. We did music. I met Jeff when he came down here for a break, and
which was crazy because I was doing college in Michigan and I'd come down here for a break. I met him. He made me buy my vanilla skates that summer break, and then I'd gone back and I said, "Hey, I'll be back because I'm going to be going to UCF to play baseball," and so now I'm back and now I'm like officially here. So it's kind of been like all over, like state to state, kind of thing with them. So it's been pretty wild, yeah.
That's cool, man. That's
Yes,
really
sir.
cool. So the other thing I was just thinking about is, so like for me, I know, for example, you guys know Eddie and Liz Skate Takes. You guys know them? You ever met them?
yes,
Okay. So they're awesome resources if you ever, like, and they're super cool and they're always glad to help and answer questions, whatever. But, they're also really cool, like as far as the resources, kind of like what you were talking about, Nando, about like kind of maybe, questioning things or maybe getting a little unmotivated or something. Eddie will always light a fire under you if you give him a chance. But one of the things that they say, like Eddie's always like, "You got to go live. You got to go live more. You got to go live." And my thing is like, I'm like, yeah, but I like skating so much, right? That I never end up doing it because that means I got to be holding the phone like or whatever for 35, 45 minutes, an hour, whatever. Is there like any part of you, like, is there a thing for you guys where you say, hey, you know what? We're skating tonight. Like, that's it. We're not doing this. We're just going to skate. Is that okay?
we've had those days very recently, actually. Like, I think it was just last night we got a message from someone, and they were like, "Hey, we've realized, we've noticed you guys haven't posted pictures in a little bit."
Okay.
And we responded to that. We were like, "Yeah, we're because I did go through that, second guessing myself and whether I wanted to continue. I've started to pace myself and to more or less, take certain times to when to record. And the reason why, like, they joined me was because I finally said, I can't do this alone by myself.
I need help. Yeah.
I can't do it alone. So that's why with a group, it's better because I'm not going to always be able to, record or take every shot. But if I have them, and we're all doing this together and we're all communicating, all three of us are out on the floor. We're enjoying ourselves, but we're also getting these videos and pictures, and like Josh might get a better angle than I did for a certain something. We're all three of us are getting different angles, different views of everyone on the floor. Everyone's always moving around the floor, and it's never the same thing. So
Yeah, I mean, it can get stagnant too, because I know for me, like, there are these things you start to realize. I mean, one, I don't know if you guys relate to this, but like a lot of times in my head, like I shoot a video, I look back at it, I'm like, oh, this is crazy. This is so dope. This is gonna go nuts. They're like, oh my God, I'm gonna set the world on fire. And then I upload that thing and it's like, yeah, like, if there was a nobody cares button, that's what they would hit, right? And then the ones that I don't think, right, that like blow up. But along with that though too is that like I could get kind of like mundane in the sense where it's like I don't even realize that I have kind of like this style that never stops. I'm always recording at this angle, at this pace, all this kind of stuff. And you guys have this thing where you essentially you create an environment where even if that happens to a degree amongst all three of you individually, the fact is that you still have three different like kind of flavors or whatever to bring to the table. I mean, I think that's actually really cool. So what would you say to like the here, let me ask Josh. What would you say to someone that's thinking about doing this? Like what's the if you give one piece of advice, what would you say?
Ooh, trust yourself.
Okay.
Because it's when I first started bringing out my camera and going on the actual floor.
Yeah.
All the doubt was just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna trip, I'm gonna break all my stuff. Then please, I'm done. But you need especially to the degree that we're doing it, you need a pretty good much of experience to do what we do.
Yeah.
Like someone who just started skating, they can probably hold up a camera. That's good. Can you keep up though?
Yeah.
Can you keep up? Can you do you understand how your rink works? Sometimes it's just like, okay, is there a lot of people? And constantly just checking if you're good.
Yeah.
Do you have the physical capacity to be like, oh, I noticed this, I'm coming at 10 miles per hour around the rink with $5,000 worth of equipment in my hand, and just and just okay, I need to watch out for this person, this person, this person, and just okay. But yeah.
And you guys are doing it in an area that's known for speed.
Oh,
I mean, you're doing it in the place where, like, I mean, because here up in PA, I mean, that's what we talk about. You go to Florida? Yeah? Okay, cool. Like, are you ready to race? Like, that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, one is it's kind of like baptism by fire. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably the best situation to learn in because it's probably one of the most daunting, one of the most challenging. So, what about you, Jeff? I mean, if you had one thing you wanted to throw out to somebody, what would it be?
Just have fun. There is no right or wrong. I think at the end of the day, the reason why we do this is because we want to push out the sport of skating to more people. I kind of think of Astro and just in general all skating rinks as a club for all ages, with no alcohol, no vaping, just where we can escape reality and kind of just jam out. And a place for making connections. So probably just say have fun with it, and there is no right or wrong.
All right, so what's your overall if you guys have you ever sat and talked about it? Look, we all we all have different reasons for why we do what we do, and I know that your priorities are right. I don't question the fact that you guys are out there. I don't think you're out there looking for fame and fortune or anything like that. But it's not bad to have certain ideals or goals in mind. Did you guys ever sit down and be like, "Oh man, it would be awesome if we could get this many followers," or this, anything like that? Is it ever a discussion at all?
That's
we've been talking about trying to get sponsored.
Sponsored, definitely.
Yeah. we're trying to look for. We thought about just like, what if we're sponsored by like vanilla? So that was
As of very recently, that's been like a talk. We've never really like we said, we never really did it for the fame or anything. We just think we're just doing this because it's fun, and we like seeing people smile when they see themselves. You know, they get posted and they're like, "Hey, that's me. I did that."
Yeah.
And as of very recently, we've been talking about like trying to get a sponsorship or something. That would be a good idea. How to? We're not 100% sure.
No,
No, man. No, I get it. I mean, the reality is that like just like myself. I mean, we in a lot of ways we're kind of like paving the way, learning as we go. I mean, it's really no different than the same exact thing that happens when you first pick up a camera and take a dare to go out on the floor with it, right? You're just kind of figuring it out as it goes. And that natural kind of progression, just born out of like passion or just born out of like your interest, to me, honestly, that's what like really kind of motivates people to be engaged in what you're doing anyway, and that stuff kind of always leads, hopefully to that type of opportunity. There's nothing wrong with obviously looking into it or having a goal and progressing towards it, but as long as like that first and foremost kind of primary goal or purpose that you have is like, look, like we just want to do like this is fun first. We enjoy putting people on. I mean, that was a conversation. You guys know who Big Daddy Ray is? Oh man, Ray, they don't know who you are.
I'm good with faces, not names. I promise.
No, he's a guy. He's the Philly guy. He puts on the events up here, but he's also a videographer. He's got like a bunch of. He's like TikTok guy, like. But I'm just messing with you. But yeah, he's gonna not like that. No, I'm kidding. So no, but his whole thing. I remember the first time I met him, like, because I went down to Philly as a result of. I mean, it was guys like you that I was when I first got back into skating. I was like going around to like the Lancaster area, which is like all kind of like country Amish kind of thing going on out here, and I was like, man, I'm not really finding what I'm looking for. I was looking just for a different kind of vibe and everything, and then I saw like these videos getting posted online. It's like, oh, these are happening down in Philly, and that's what got me to go down there. That's what I mean. Everything that I do now is a direct result of seeing what things like what you guys do essentially that make something really, really attractive, make it like something that people want to be a part of. And it's literally why I went and sought it out. And I remember like going and talking to the dude and being like, wow, okay, so you're like really not making any money. You just put people on? And he's like, yeah. He's like, that's what I do. And it sounds like that's what the primary goal was for you guys. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people have asked us that, and it's always the same response. No, I don't get paid for this. I do it for fun. I do it because it brings me happiness and because I like seeing other people happy with it too.
Yes,
people have a weird perception of, like online content or social media content and everything that like, yeah, we're making like all this money and it's kind of funny. I mean, but all right. So, man, I just had another question I was going to ask you and I totally blanked on it. That sucks. Oh, okay. So now, have you guys gotten out? You're all at Astro. Do you guys go to Reflections at all?
Yes.
Were you guys at Memorial Day?
Yes.
You were? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right, because I was down there for that. So do you guys like do events too? Do you try and make it to like events specifically? Which ones do you go to? Which ones are you hoping to attend like coming up?
So, yes, we do travel to different rinks. Some of the rinks we've traveled to very recently have been, besides our home rink, Astro Orlando, we do go to Reflections in Kissimmee.
Yeah.
And Cimarron Skateway as well.
Mm.
And then, as of very recently, we had the honor to travel down to Astro Skate Palm Bay.
Okay.
We were invited out there as guests.
Shout out to them. Very awesome.
Yeah, shout out to the Astro Palm team. They were so amazing. They were all very polite. We went down there and they showed us their rink, great hospitality. We had a great night, and we were able to capture a great night there with their team and all the different skaters from down there. They have an amazing style. Um, but going back to your original question, yes, we do go to different events. We've gone to the main events here, like Shuffle Down in O-Town, which is coming up here again. That was one of my first events that I attended when I first started doing all this by myself. But besides those events, we go to the Skate World Series, SWS. We go to events like the Labor Day event in Reflection, any kind of special events that get hosted for shuffle skating, jam skating, at any of the rinks nearby, we try to make it to. Of course, we're not always able to make it to all of them, but we do try our best. Just because we feel like when there's an event, everyone's always putting out 100% of their skill. Always.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to make sure it's a memorable night, and everyone's always happy. A lot of people always show up. We get to meet new skaters. Besides yourself, other people do travel to come to these events as well, and it's always great meeting a lot of those skaters because you get to meet new people that you've never met before. You get to see a different skating style and just make new friends and stuff like that. And that's probably like the best part, just meeting all different kinds of people who enjoy the same thing that you do. Just coming together and skate, listen to some music, relax.
So when you say you got invited to go to what was it?
Astro Skate in West Palm Beach.
West Palm Beach. Okay, so what does that mean? We got invited to go down here. Like, what does that mean? Does it just mean like they call you like, hey, you guys want to come skating, or is it like, are they treating you like what's going on?
So we were at an adult night at Astro Skate Orlando, and we met these two girls, Tiana and Talia. They work in Astro Skate Palm Bay, and they saw what we were doing that night because it was a DJ B Nasty night. Shout out to B Nasty. He's an amazing DJ, great friend as well. He's also the head of Fusion Skate Group.
Okay.
Shout out to Fusion Skate Group as well.
Yes, sir.
They were down here for that Wednesday night, and they saw what we were doing, taking the pictures, taking the videos, and they loved that. And they thought to say, hey, why don't you guys come down to our rink, do the same thing? And at first, we were kind of just thinking about it, and we sat down and we talked about it. And one night, we were just like, let's just go do it. Let's do it. And we all drove down there in a group. We went, and at first, we didn't know what to expect. Honestly, it's a new rink. We've never been there. We've never met any of these people. It's out of the comfort zone, and it's not a bad thing. So we go in, and it felt like home right off the back. It felt like another Astro Skate Orlando. The rink it's fairly new. It's only been like a year or two since they built that one.
Oh wow! Okay.
And the staff is so friendly. Diane, the manager at the rink, she was the one who welcomed us at the door, and she showed us the whole rink. It's an amazing rink. It's got beautiful art all the way around. And we met her kids and the rest of the Astro staff there, and they were just so welcoming, and they enjoyed our presence there and us being able to capture the fun that the skaters there have at their rink, just the way we do at our home rink.
So, and maybe I don't know, maybe Josh, you can speak to this a little bit, but like, do you guys ever like go into like a new rink and people are like, oh, there's the skaters are us guys? Like, has that ever been a situation for you guys at all?
They won't tell us. They won't tell us to our faces, but they'll definitely know. Oh,
yeah, there's the weird glances and stuff.
Yeah. Or just like, oh, snap, they're here. Gotta act good for the camera,
Yeah. Do you guys, when you do go to a new a place, maybe you haven't been before, or you're not there that often? Oh, you guys still there?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Do you guys have to like? Do you guys go out of your way to kind of maybe talk to the management or whatever, let them know who you are, what you're doing? You know what I mean? Like just so there's not, I don't know, some type of weird situation or questions or anything. Do you know what I'm saying?
So
Or are you
we
pretty much known by this point?
That's what happened at West
You can
That's
Palm.
say it.
that's
You
kind
can
of
say it.
that's kind of how it happened at West Palm. Normally, I don't know about them. I do. I just try to go and talk to like the management and meet some of the people, like some of the local people. Try to get to know the rink. You know, I'd like to know what it is I'm coming to, what I can and can't do. Because obviously, I'm not just gonna come into a rink and just start taking pictures and videos. Just because we do it, you know, at our home rink and everyone's comfortable there, doesn't always mean that you can go to a new rink and just start doing it right off the bat.
Yes. Yep.
So we definitely, we do ask, hey, is it okay? And the people that we record, we also ask, hey, are you okay with it? And even at the end, like after we do record or take pictures or anything like that, we try to definitely ask like the people we are recording and taking pictures of if they like the photo. Like, some people aren't comfortable with
Yeah.
posting, their video. They feel shy or some reason, and we definitely take that into consideration because we don't want to just do it and not have someone's permission, especially the rink, because we it is a it's not mandatory for them to let us in and to record.
Yeah.
It's a
Right.
privilege to be able to be there. So we definitely don't want to, get in trouble with anyone or have anyone get upset with us for what it is that we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, and that's cool though because I think that especially nowadays where like just pulling a camera out is so second nature, right? Everyone's got one in their pocket that can take high res, video and that there is this loss of kind of like of personal boundaries and respect where people just assume, that everyone's cool with the camera, right? And I know for me personally, yeah, I don't record nearly as much as you guys do, but if it's someone I don't know, if I've never recorded, I don't even care if I've seen other people record them. Like I'm always gonna, and like it's loud in the rink. I'll just kind of like motion, like I'll be like, "Is this cool? This cool?" And get a yay or a nay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that yeah, it's the right thing to do. Have you guys ever had a situation like? Anyone tell me about a situation that maybe didn't go so smoothly with recording somebody?
I don't think we've had like any bad situations. I mean, we definitely had like a no, like, hey, I don't feel comfortable, and that's totally fine. Like I said, it's about them. We
Yeah.
try to make it about them and being able to capture it. Obviously, if they don't want us to, that's perfectly fine, and we respect their wishes. Like I'm not just gonna go ahead and be like, no, I'm gonna record you, because I don't want you feeling uncomfortable either.
So, have you guys given any thought to beyond just skate content, right? Like as far as like recording videos. I mean, you guys are kind of like in kind of an epicenter of skate activity. I mean, one just Florida in general, right? Is just got rink upon rinks. The culture is alive and booming down there. You have events. You have like shuffle events. You've got shuffle skate competitions. You've got speed skating down there. It's crazy. Have you guys? Do you guys ever think about like potentially more of a potentially like a documentary style project, that could center around an event or a particular rink or anything like that? Have you guys ever considered anything like that?
You might have just given us an idea.
You might have just
Yeah.
given that idea.
All right, well there's my producer credit. I got him
Yeah.
on camera.
Put him in the credits, guys.
Yes.
I got him on camera. Okay. No, but I mean, especially because you guys have a team. I mean, you have a production team at the end of the day, right? With varying levels of experience. I mean, and I look at your kind of situation down there as kind of like an untapped kind of gold mine, like we don't have it quite like that up here. We have, like the only events that we have here are the ones that like we do. It's twice a year, right? There's not a ton of speed skating happening here. There is an amazing shuffle culture though that is like super old, but like I look at your thing and I'm like, man, you guys like you've got off the top of my head, you got 3 documentaries. Bang. You know what I mean? Like, the first one's free upload, you know what I mean? And then, second one you pay for, right? So,
Yeah.
but I mean, does that make sense? I mean, I just think it would be, and it's also a way to kind of mix it up, right? And not get stagnant and find a new way to do things. And, because I think if you can't consistently find a new way to have fun with this, it can kind of fall by the wayside. Does that make sense? Any guys ever experience that at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, all right, well, so now you guys are going to do the shuffle thing. You're going to the shuffle competition. You guys are going to be at the showdown in O-Town. You do that.
Oh.
So, all right, let's get it on the table. Is there a home team or a favorite team of Skaters R Us?
Absolutely.
Okay, who is it?
Not to sound biased, I love every group. I really
blah,
do.
blah blah blah. Whatever.
I think.
Here, the camera's off. The camera's off.
I'm gonna have to say.
What's that?
We are Fusion.
Fusion.
For sure. Like, Fusion, we just have an amazing connection with them. They're all, like, amazing people. I mean, shout out to the members themselves. Like, it's just such, like, a well-oriented style of skate between all of them. It's, like, each of them, just to be able to say that they're at our home rink, which is their main rink, is insane. And something, when we went down to West Palm, we weren't the only ones that were asked. We got invited with also part of Fusion to go down there too. So, yeah, they're definitely awesome. And I'm pretty sure Nando and Josh are in agreement for sure. Nando's with them for longer,
Absolutely.
though,
Yeah, so I agree with Jeff. Fusion Skate Group is, some of them are employees. They do work at Astro Skate Orlando. And the group, they started the group. The founders are Amari and Brandon. Brandon is also known as DJ B Nasty. He Wednesdays on Adult Nights for Astro Skate Orlando. Brandon started.
B Nasty.
Yes, shout out B Nasty. He started the group, and the way the group is built is every single one of those members has their own skating style. That is what Brandon thought to when he started the group. Every single one that is a member, they all have their own personality when they skate. They all have they don't repeat anything. Every one of them is different, and that's what brings them all together. And I've known a majority of all of them for probably a good while now. Like, some of them have taught me skating things and like tricks here and there. When I first started skating, I definitely looked up to some of those members like Brandon and Amari, and I'm a visual learner and a hands-on learner.
Mm-hmm.
And watching them when they practice routines in the rinks, or watching any of their videos or things like that, they do inspire, and they do definitely get you to want to keep going and just try new things.
That's cool, man. Because I've been kind of waiting for somebody, because I talk to a lot of people in Florida, and if you guys have been listening or watching this at all, right? Yeah. I was with Don Crosby just a couple hours ago doing recording a session.
Nice.
And shout out to Andrew Don. But it's funny because we were talking. I was like, man, it seems like Southeast Skate Crew, now Bont Skate Crew or Shuffle Crew, right, is almost like the home team there, just based on the people I talk to, right? I don't live in Florida. I don't know. I'm just saying, just based on. So I'm and look, I've worked with those guys a bunch, and they're look. I think no matter who it is, everyone wants just to grow the culture. You know what I mean? So, but like, it's kind of cool to hear some. I was hoping you would say that. I was hoping you'd say somebody other than those guys, just from the sense of like, look, there's got to be somebody in Florida that's repping these guys. Someone else, you know what I mean? Like, so that's cool, man. You guys got to put me on to that. If you've been listening to me at all, then you know that I go on a record with my thing is, like when people ask me like what my style is, I tell them willfully different. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be like anybody. I don't want to be like anybody. Don't, and so to me, it's like I look at it from the perspective of, that kind of thing. Someone's got to shoot me a link or some footage of those guys. I want to see some of that. That's cool. So you guys are going to be at that event shooting the whole thing then?
Yes.
Now, are you guys following Fusion in particular, or are you taking like are you looking at are you doing the whole thing?
We are doing the whole thing. We actually were planning on talking to the rink and the event holders to see if we would possibly be able to actually be on the floor and try to follow with some of the groups.
Yeah,
that is definitely something we are in the works for.
Yes, sir.
We just have some. We support all the groups. We really do. Just Fusion is just they're family. They're basically family.
Yes,
yeah,
Like
man.
this group, we don't consider ourselves a team. We consider each other family, and we see the same thing in the Fusion Skate group. They're all a bunch of different people, just doing what they love together, and we see that in that group as well. And I honestly applaud Brandon and Amari, for putting this group and bringing them all together, because I feel like they give them an opportunity to shine, and when they go and participate in these events, it lets them show who they really are through their skating and express themselves, and they're just family. That's what they are.
Who there among the three is ready to give me a prediction for the winner at Showdown O-Town?
So I'm gonna be honest. I probably can't give my opinion. I know that it'll be Fusion. They are skaters. It is them.
Let's go.
This will be my first event.
Okay.
This will be my first event. Nando, I'm not sure who you.
Yo, Jeff says it, man. Jeff.
This is so sorry.
Me personally, I'm not entirely sure. I feel like I feel like this way every year when I see this event, everyone right after this competition is done, everyone just starts all over again, and they start retraining, and they start thinking of new ideas, and they start looking back at, okay, well, we did this and this. What can we change and what can we do to go ahead and do better next year? They don't see it as a loss. They just see it as an opportunity for the next upcoming year.
Yeah.
And
everybody kind of elevates too, right? You don't see somebody for a year or whatever. You don't see them for 6 months, and all of a sudden they show back up, and it's like, whoa, what happened there? You know what I mean? Like, it's like a whole nother level. So with Fusion being so close to home, you guys are sharing home rinks. Is there ever a thing where they're like, yo, guys, you can't put that up? Like, we're trying to keep that on the down low. Like, that's a thing. Like, do you ever have to have those conversations with them?
We haven't run into that. A lot of the times, we keep really good communication with them, because we do take videos and pictures for them and stuff like that. We are actually in the works of throwing a photo shoot for them upcoming.
Okay, cool.
But we try to keep very much good communication with them, because we see them so often at the rink, and because we do talk outside of the rinks. We just try to stay communicated, and if they say something, if they ever do, we'll definitely
respect that.
Yes,
yeah,
just like we would with any other person.
Right. Do you guys ever work with them or help them in the sense where they're like, hey, you know what, we kind of want to see what this looks like, and you kind of shoot them for that specific reason, when a team watches game footage after, you know what I mean? Do you guys ever do anything like that with them?
I recently was asked. I don't want to leak anything, but I am in the works of making something pretty big for them. That has not been done from what I've seen for any team in skating. So I'm pretty excited for it. And yeah, it's gonna showcase a lot of their skills and what makes Fusion.
That's cool, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you guys, look, I mean, I know that there's like a whole like kind of like under the radar, like everyone's like, oh, I want to try and be respectful and and all this other stuff. Dude, there's nothing wrong with having a home team, man, and like and repping your team. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with backing somebody. Like, I mean, look, at the end of the day, at least the people that I talk to in this deal, man, like it's competition, but at the end of the day, it's all love too. And most of the people that I talk to, whether it's videography, whether it's like competitive speed skating, shuffle skating, whether it's content like this, like the overall goal, at least for the people that I want to surround myself with, is the evolving of everything overall. You know what I'm saying? Like I know like the people I talk to, like when it comes to like a competition like in Orlando or in O-Town is like they look at it like, okay, yeah, we want to win and we're coming to win, but we want to make this competition that much bigger overall. We want to make this competition, like, what's this competition going to look like in 10 years? You know what I mean? And it sounds like that's the mentality that you guys bring to what you do as well. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, and the reality is too, is that you guys are actually the product of even what you do actually evolving. I can't think of anyone else that has like a team kind of, or like a production crew kind of, at least to your level, that is like doing skate video. Like Eddie and Liz but you have recording versus editing really is what you have there, right? But you guys bring a whole nother thing. Like what do you want to do next? What is there something that you look at and say, man, we should like try this, or we should is there a thing that you guys kind of like in your head come up with, like whether it's how to produce a new angle, or is there something that's like kind of that you're thinking about, or a next step that you're wanting to take?
That's a great question.
I got a few of them.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Now I do. Now I got an idea.
I'll slide that one over to Jeff.
Okay. So we were thinking, like, potentially in the future to have merch for Skater RS.
Okay.
Potentially. We don't know what the design would be yet, but if there was any design, it would probably be made by Josh, because I think he deserves credit. Those jerseys were made by him and Nando, but they were like designed by Josh, and I don't think there's been like a shirt where you could scan the back of it and it will bring you to our social media. Like, like you could scan and boom, you have our page. So I think, yeah, most definitely.
No, that's dope, dude, because and I swear to God, I didn't bite this, okay? But like, because I was actually talking to Michelle about it, like we'll bounce ideas about, different merch stuff and designs and stuff. And I was like, hey, tell me if this sounds way too thirsty, right? Because I was like, I want to put something out for the podcast, right? Like a podcast specific shirt. And I was like, man, I wonder if matter of fact, if you go on my page, you'll see it, like the rough design of it now. I just put it out yesterday. Was like, it has the podcast logo on the front, but on the back it has a space for your name, so you can put your name there. And then it says, check out my episode with the barcode for the podcast itself. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, great minds think alike, dude.
Yeah.
Let's go. So where's that? So that's taking me where? That barcode's that QR code's taking me where?
So it takes you to basically like a portal, and that portal, it has our main Skaters RS Instagram that you can click on, and it takes you to our page. It also has Josh's photography.
Yeah.
So his personal photography account, because Josh does professional photography for a living. That is his actual job. And shout out to Josh. He just got back from Fashion Week. He just came back from New York. He was.
What were you doing in New York? So what's Fashion Week? What was that like?
New York Fashion Week is it's a big event for clothing designers to showcase their art, and I was lucky to be invited with my teammate Dana. She does wedding photography, but she's also trying to step into the fashion side too. So shout out to her. But Fashion Week was like there's many different events throughout the day and throughout the week, and I got invited for 2 events and shot just like runway stuff.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Nice. Good for you, man.
Thank you.
That's cool. All right, so okay, so it's gonna link me to Josh's professional photography. It's gonna link you to where else? Your Insta page.
If you don't mind, I actually have it pulled up.
Please.
Not sure if you can see this, but basically it'll bring you to a playlist made by Nando with every shuffle song that he's heard in the past. And then when photos are taken of the adult skate night, it will be posted there for that night, and then it'll get updated every week.
Wow.
And then we had our past event, which we were invited to, which was West Palm, and that was the photos that he took. And yeah, it just takes everyone that scans our barcode. So
yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
The idea came.
That's killer. Because like, is it like you probably have experienced this too? Like, like, so do you guys have it like set up just to automatically upload like whatever photo, like kind of into a cloud or something like that? Like,
that would make it so much easier. Oh,
right. I mean, you gotta pick and choose, obviously. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I respect Josh because leaving an adult night, he probably leaves with about 1,200 photos taken.
Yeah.
At least. So.
And then going all through of those, there's probably going to be half that's probably going to be in. Because some of them are blurry, some of them you find like a weird face and you have the decency of not, spotting them on the spot.
Yes, sir.
So it's just a lot of bloopers. At least I find them enjoyable. Because,
oh, yeah, I'm sure there's probably some amazing stuff. Oh, man.
It's crazy.
I'm sorry, what was that?
The whole idea came about because when we started doing this and the page.
When are you going to upload that, man? When am I going to see that?
That is our biggest one. That is our biggest one.
Snap the picture?
Are you done with the pictures? Like, right after, as soon, like.
Can you send me that video, dude? Can you send me that? Can I get that, bro?
And sometimes it's like 10, 5, 30 minutes after the session. And
it's like, I haven't even made it home. Like, I'm just getting out right now. I'm like at the gas station.
Yeah, man. Oh, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. And, look, you can't, I mean, it just is what it is. People don't know. You know what I mean? They don't know. They don't know what goes into this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, they don't have a clue. But. Shut up. Leave me alone, dude. Like, come on. That's cool, though. Okay, so now, was there anything? Okay, did I miss anything? So now, do you guys? Is it just your Insta? Is that where you have a primary focus as far as social goes?
Yes. So and on that note, we are actually thinking about, because we've gotten this recommendation so much, we are actually thinking about starting a TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
We have been recommended TikTok by multiple people.
Everybody,
yeah, everybody. Michelle Bell definitely did mention it to us as well, because I did have a talk with her one night at Semon Skateway, and she told me that she enjoys what it is that we do, and she thinks that it's great, and she thinks that one of the ways that we would grow even more is if we started a TikTok. So that is definitely something that we are in the works as well, starting a TikTok and then starting to upload videos and photos and just going through it more or less the way we do with our Instagram.
Yes. So I gotta ask, okay? And Nando, if you if all you have is a politically correct response, we'll go with Jeff for the answer on this one. No. I'm messing with you. I'm playing with you. But let me ask, because you guys are like the youngest, like kind of like videographers as far as skaters go, right? Most of us are like all like 40-year-old skaters, right? And all of them are on TikTok. So you guys are like the youth generation doing this. So why was TikTok not the thing initially or yet? Here we go, baby.
I don't know. To be honest with you, I think it's just like most of us don't use TikTok.
Okay, all right.
And
So
it's I think it's just smarter. Like if we knew like going into this, it's just like okay, I think it's, if we wanted to grow, we should start on TikTok. But for some reason, we just like gravitated to Instagram for no reason. Probably just we all use it,
Yeah.
and it's just more easier for all of us to just like, at least for Instagram, it's just like okay, I don't know how TikTok does it, but it's probably the same thing. It's just like okay, video, edit, send. Probably the same format for TikTok, but it's just like I don't know. I think we all of us use Instagram and just like Instagram, so there's no bias to it yet. But yeah,
I think about it in a way that when I started all this, I just started on Instagram because I didn't think it would go this far and grow
Okay.
this much. And because it has grown and it's gone this far, and now I'm not alone anymore, and I've got them to go along with me. This is where I start putting into the idea of, well, we want to expand together and we want to more people to see what it is that we're doing. Well, let's go ahead and expand to another platform like TikTok that is used
yes, sir.
like insanely everywhere.
Jeff?
I think that it was very nice that Nando started on Instagram as well, because if you think of it from a expanding your social media following, Instagram is an account where you can also post videos, but you can also stay in contact with people and message through there. While TikTok,
Yeah.
like a video, but you don't really message through there. So now that we kind of have like this following on Instagram, we can expand now to TikTok, to where most people are usually, before going to bed, they're there just watching TikToks, trying to get. So I think Instagram is a universal platform for posting photos, videos, and messaging and staying in contact, while TikTok would just mainly be putting our content out there more. Because me personally, I learned a lot of what I know from skating from looking up videos on TikTok, and I'm starting to realize skating is very like, it's not as popular as you would think on TikTok. Like, I think the top shuffle hashtag has like 12,000.
Yep.
12,000.
Yeah.
So it's like insane,
And the roller, like, have you noticed, like, the roller skating one, like, disappears?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes,
they
sir.
reset
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Hey,
So-
maybe we can make a change and change that up
That
for
is
TikTok.
exactly-
Well, yeah, I mean, and here's the other thing: the one of the challenges with TikTok too is their content rights as far as music are just like so inconsistent, right? And you have a max of like, because you have a max of 60 seconds on a song, but it's always the same exact 60 seconds. Where on Insta and Facebook, you have a 4-minute song, you can use you can go up to 90 seconds, but you can use any 90 seconds of that
Yes,
song.
sir.
So it's so much more transferable from one platform to the other, where TikTok makes everything impossible, right? Like I might find the perfect song or the perfect section of song for Insta, for Facebook, whatever, but I can't get it on TikTok.
Yes, sir. Yep. And if you do
So-
more than that, you get copyrighted. So
Yeah.
insane. Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay. So, all right. So you guys are looking at TikTok and everything. Like what, now you guys did say you have like, you're going to go to Orlando. You guys ever think about like, or the shuffle event, the competition, do you guys ever think about like heading out of state a little bit, like getting to a USA shuffle event or anything like that ever?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We think about it. Yeah.
Yes, we thought about it for sure.
Yeah.
This is definitely something that I've been bringing up to them more recently, because we have started going outside of our comfort zone and going to the other rinks. I definitely want to get to a point in the near future to where we want to travel out of state, because the more I think about it, we're traveling to these other rinks, but I'm seeing, even though there's different styles and everything, I know there's always more, and
Yeah.
I would definitely like to go out of state and see more and more styles. Like I have gone to another state and skated at another rink. I've gone to Colorado, and it was pretty nice. Like their way of skating up there, the way their rink is set up there and everything is like different. It's definitely different in a good way because you don't see it as much, down here in Orlando. And I want them to be able to experience that as well.
Was that the event that Mayhem did last year? Did you go to that? Is that what it was?
Yes.
All right, cool. All right. Sorry, I just was wondering.
No, you're good.
All right, cool. So what do you see? Do any of you guys like look at it and say, hey, like 5 years from now, I'd like Skaters RS to be here? Like, is that ever a thing, or are you guys just still having fun with it?
I think we're still having fun with it. So
we're trying to have fun with it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, because at least for what I think, what Skater Us is gonna look like is just like. I hope we get to the point where just like we're getting invited to many places all around, in the U.S. and it just like, which one do we even pick,
Yeah.
And oh my god, like I want to become, at least, what I would like the vision of Scare Us to be like, and it's just being travel and hanging out, making fun, making everyone known and all that stuff.
So, hey, Josh, because you have your professional photography that you do outside of Skaters RS. All right. So, what is how do you kind of manage that time? Like, how much focus kind of goes to?
This one's gonna be.
This is gonna be good.
Yes, good. All right, here we go.
During the process, even the process of trying to schedule this podcast, I'm just I do wedding photography, specifically traveling. Like tomorrow, I leave tomorrow morning to go to Virginia Beach, and it's just, I guess, hard when you have these pictures to edit. 1,200, go through them. And then, coming back from, I try to use my travel time when I travel to places, just, editing whenever I can, how I can. But it's a lot. It's a lot for me. The way I handle it, probably not the best way, just, stay up late nights. Multiple energy drinks, multiple coffee.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we're all sitting in that boat for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be a certain amount of, and look, I'm not trying to cause a rift in the band or anything, right? But you have a different experience, right? Where essentially, okay, this much time dedicated to photography nets me this much income, right?
Yeah.
And then you look over here and you say, okay, well, there's this much time going, but
no income. Yeah, it's a back and forth struggle. But it's the many times I've tried to, the many talks of just, because right now I'm backed up with photos, not, from 2 sessions ago.
Yeah.
And I feel so bad because people are asking, on the Instagram, just yo, where's the photos? I thought it would be out by now. And I'm still back, still trying to handle, at least for this month, Fashion Week photos, trying to send it out to the models and the clothing designers and all that stuff.
I'm getting back to the models first.
Not to prioritize, but this is a job that I do, and as much as that sucks, I have to prioritize, getting, food on my table, then, getting free photos, and that's the heart of the fact for my position. It's just I would love to, take at least 3 hours of my time to edit these photos straight on and give it to you, but I don't have the time right now, and it just feels making me bad. But I know at some point, at least this month, I'll be getting done with the sessions from this month.
And like I said, I don't bring that up to kind of try and find some gotcha moment of controversy among Skaters R Us or anything like that. I bring it up actually to kind of highlight and point out look, you have a whole other perspective from a professional standpoint.
Yes,
And the
sir.
fact that you continue to do it with kind of the enthusiasm that you do and everything, it speaks a lot about what you like, that you care about this,
Oh
right?
yeah.
That you have a passion for it. I mean, that's really what I'm trying to kind of like point out here is, and I think that you probably also see something bigger down the road. Maybe it might not happen as fast as maybe this other thing happens, but there's a bigger vision here, or there's another vision here or something. So look, man, I commend you on it. And look, being 2 days behind, that's pretty damn good. I mean, because you're taking way more footage than I ever have. I mean, jeez, you have no idea how bad. Like, dude, I got an hour and a half like recording that I'm 3 weeks behind. You know what I mean? So whatever. All right. So what's next for you guys? Like, what do you guys want to do? Like, what's the very next thing? What do you got? You guys going somewhere tonight? You going somewhere tomorrow? Where are you going to be?
So what we've started realizing is that we've gotten to more or less like a schedule
Okay.
of like what rinks to go and what nights and stuff like that. Sunday nights, adult nights at Cimarron Skateway. Great nights. We always go. It's great energy. A lot of regulars and even a lot of new people who we see that are just trying to get, away from their life and just relax and have some fun. And that's, one of our bigger things. Like I feel like some people that watch us do what we do, they forget that we have regular lives.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's not just, we show up, we skate, we take pictures and record, and like we all have our own personal lives. We all have our day jobs. Skating is our getaway to relax and all that. Like Josh, he does his photography thing. I myself, I work at a dealership. I work for
Yes, sir.
Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Orlando. And
Shout out Dodge Chrysler.
And my bosses see this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people forget that.
Yeah.
And we definitely started making a schedule and making sure that we are pacing ourselves and not stressing ourselves out. Sundays, Cimarron. Mondays is more like our relaxed day. We're not skating. We're using that time to catch up on any editing or any videos that we have to go through or anything like that. Because when we do all these things at the rinks, we do have to take time after and go through all the pictures. We have to go through any of the videos that we took. We have to choose which ones we're going to use and which ones we aren't. Like Josh said, not everything that we take is perfect. Some, come out blurry. Everyone's always moving in the ring, so you can't always get the perfect shot. We just pick and choose and go through. And then after that, we still have the process of, editing, putting things together, and posting it on the account, with a timely manner. And besides that, upcoming event that we have is tomorrow is Tuesday, so we have Reflections Adult Night. And Wednesday, once again, shout out to our favorite DJ out there, DJ B Nasty. He will be DJing this Wednesday night at Astro Skate Orlando, and you should definitely go out there for those of y'all who will be watching or anything.
Yes, sir.
He DJs every other Wednesday, every first and third Wednesday for adult nights, and he brings his own style into DJing the same way he does with his skating. I don't know, he somehow manages to change it up and keep it fresh all the time.
Yes, sir.
He incorporates old style music with newer, and it's just a great vibe overall.
Nice. All right. Well, as I think of a couple more things, we're gonna probably start winding down here. But is there anything either or any of you guys want to just throw out there? Was there something that you guys wanted to come on and mention, or shout outs, or any kind of announcements, or anything like that?
I would like to shout out Fusion. Again, I know we shouted them out quite a bit, but I would like to shout out Fusion because they were the first people that I had in mind to shout out if we had been given the opportunity to. And then secondly, I would like to shout out Josh because, he's my friend outside of skating, but he also mentors me on how to use a camera. See, funny thing, when we went to West Palm, he taught me how to use the camera on the way there. So, like, it wasn't like we had, couple of days to practice and for him to show me how to work a camera. It was literally on the way there that he taught me. And, I also don't have that equipment. So being able to kind of have him show me that he trusts me to use his equipment, his, pretty expensive equipment, I'm very grateful. So, yeah, those two people, Fusion and Josh. So.
Yeah, because I will, just to kind of piggyback on that, because, what we were talking about previous is it's not just like, hey, here's my expensive equipment. It's here's my expensive equipment that also supports my job.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I mean, seriously, that is. I mean, I
know, yeah.
Yeah, that respect, Josh. That's cool as hell.
Yes, sir.
All right, who else?
For me, I want to shout out AJ. She's a skater that I see mostly at Astro. Yeah, Astro Orlando. I haven't seen her in any other rink because I never go to the other rinks as much. But she DM'd me. Hold on, backtrack. Sorry, my mind is all over the place. But
cool.
She's the one who got me to bring my camera in the first place to take pictures because she recognized my Instagram. I'm just like, oh, you take pretty nice photos. Do you ever just like think about bringing it to the rink one day? And I was like, you must be crazy. You're crazy.
Yeah.
Go on the floor and take pictures? That's like a death wish.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
One day she was like, yo, bring your camera. And then here I am.
Yeah.
So I want to shout out to AJ.
That's cool. That's cool, man. All right. What about you, Nando? Anything? Got anything?
I do actually. I have a few people in mind. Number one definitely being shout out to Gracie. If you watch this, Gracie is someone who works at Astro Skate Orlando. When I went down that rabbit hole of thinking, what if I stopped the page, and I stopped recording because I felt like I was overworking myself and overdoing it. Gracie was that person who saw that I didn't continue, and she was the one who actually talked me into continuing and just gave me that boost of confidence that made me keep going. And I really am thankful for that because I feel like if she hadn't have talked to me that day as I was going in, to just normally skate, I probably wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be continuing all this, and I wouldn't be, with this group. I would probably still be hanging out with them, but I wouldn't be in this group where we would be able to show all these people, all these amazing skaters out there, what they are doing and what, they're putting all this hard work and effort into. Or even the people who just randomly started skating out of nowhere. Like, you got out of your comfort zone and you're doing an amazing thing now, and it's your way of not stressing yourself out with life. And you got out of work and you're super stressed and you had a long day. We all did, we all live these different lives, and sometimes we forget that we have to just disconnect and relax. And I feel like the rink is definitely one of those places for me. And I'm very thankful. Thank you, Gracie, for talking to me that day in the lobby and making sure that I didn't give up on this big dream that I've had.
That's cool, man. That's cool. What's funny is that so Michelle was when we did hers, she was running down a list of people that and that she wanted to talk or give a shout out to or mention, and you guys were on that list. And and she had said, skaters are us. They're like, they're doing like these really, really cool things, and they're just bringing a whole nother approach to this thing. And so I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go look. And I went and looked. And my thing is though, is that like I try and be the voice of like people like myself that because we all kind of somewhat network through social media, like among the skate community and stuff, up and down, primarily the East Coast is where most of us are. But I try and be the voice in the sense of like what we only know people through that avenue, right? So like what are the questions about like them and what they do that most people are thinking about? So I try and keep myself like almost ignorant, right? To what, because what I want to like, for me, for this to be able to work and be genuine and be real, and is that when I'm asking you a question, I don't know the answer to it. You know what I'm saying? Like I want it to be my first time hearing it is like this. So I'm sharing that with whoever's watching it later. We're both having that moment at the same time. And so like for me, like this has been really, really cool. Cause other than just going and checking out some videos, like my thing was like, I don't want to know this process. I don't want to know what it's like for three people to have to kind of correlate this and coordinate it and make it all work. And the reality is that it's exciting to hear about this stuff. I mean, things that I never would have thought that you guys are doing. I mean, you're doing. I mean, you get to, and the coolest part is you get, you come, you talk about it in a way that like, I think that most of us have the same kind of mentality, which is like, I'm not trying to keep my trade secrets. You know what I mean? It's like no, like everybody could be doing this. You know what I mean? Like, hey, take what we're doing and flip it or add this to it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my whole thing. So I'm actually like stoked about this whole conversation because to be honest with you, I had no idea kind of the just the different things that you guys all bring to the table and your whole approach to it, man. It's pretty inspiring. It's really cool. You definitely what was her name? The girl that caught you in the hallway.
Oh, Grace.
Yeah, whoever gave you the halftime locker room speech, right? She like shout out to her, right? Like, cause no, like this is different. You guys, and that's the thing. Like, look, did you guys create chasing skaters with cameras? No, but did you make it different? Did you make it your own? Yes. You know what I mean? And like that's where people, I think that's the difference maker. Is bring something different to the table. You know what I mean? I'm kind of floored, man. I can't like I think it's awesome. I'm stoked. You guys definitely bring a whole nother vibe to it. I hate using the word vibe to people in Florida because that's like the thing that it's like old hat. But all right, man. I don't have any other questions, man. This has been a pleasure. Is there anything else you guys want to throw out there?
If you come down to Florida, let us know.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. Yes,
Let
sir.
us know. We'll take you to a rink and
Hell yeah, man.
we'll show you what it is that we do in person. And
Yes, sir.
we'll introduce you to some other great skaters down here.
Oh, yeah.
All amazing people and just overall great people to hang with and have a fun time.
Nice, man. Yeah, there's no way I wouldn't do that. I will definitely look you guys up next time I'm down there. So, hey guys, I appreciate this so much. You guys did an awesome job. This is great. Can't wait for this thing to get released. I'll give you a shout a little bit after. We'll talk about some other stuff as far as like kind of how to promote it and everything like that, and my kind of timeline for it. But thank you guys again, man. This was great. I'm so glad we did this.
Yeah,
Thank you
for
as well.
having us. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, hey, have a good night. Get some rest, and we'll catch you on the flip.
All righty.
Appreciate it.
Take it easy, guys.